Hi everybody, my name's Mr. Lupos. I am the teacher for the grade 8 Reach Ahead math program for Thames Valley. And this is the orientation video, and let's get going. So this is kind of what you'll be seeing once you guys log into the course. So what you'll do is if you ever get lost, the way to find where you're supposed to be is just if you go to Google. So let me just show you real quick. If I go Google and I go here and then I put TVDSB e-learning. Now you guys aren't technically e-learning, but you're close enough. And you go here, this pops up, and then you'll have a login that you'll log into. So you just use your Active Directory accounts, and then you'll get something that looks like this. You should only have one course, and if you have more than one course, what you can do is pin the course here. So if I want to pin it that way, it'll be here. I have more than one course. All my courses that I've taught online are here and other courses also. This is you guys, NPM 1DE. NPM 1D is the course code for the academic grade 9 math, and then the E means e-learning. And you'll click on that here. And it actually says semester 14-15. Don't worry about that. That's just a little remnant of last year's course, but that's fine. So this is you guys here. And what you'll do is you will come on here each day. And what I'm just going to do real quick is just change the view. So I have what looks more like what you have here. So I'm going to view as student. You guys don't have that option. But now I'm a student, Mr. D. Lupos as student. So this is what you should see every time you log on. Your course home, email, we'll go through this real quickly. This is the key part right here. Every day the news will be changed. So daily stuff and news. We'll have an update for stuff. So right here we have welcome. This is where the class info is going to be written, blah, blah, blah. And it'll tell you what's going on and what's important for that day. It says here that we start off by looking at the orientation posts. So as you scroll down, you're going to have different posts. This one here is the Unit 1 outline, and it has the key dates and that sort of thing, which I'll get to in a second. So you go further down and you'll find orientation. Or there are the key dates, maybe orientation. I'll put the orientation up in a second. You'll see it, and the key dates are here, and you'll just follow all the information here. Okay, so that's how we're set up. Look here for the news, and then let's get used to what we have here. Course home, you click here. Anytime you're lost, you come back to right where we are. Email, if you want to send an email, or if you get an email, this thing here is the email icon. If it's red like that guy is right here, you'll have an email, probably from me. Click on it, and you'll get an email. You can access the emails. Click on it and send me an email. If you want to send me an email, you can click on the class list here and see a list of people in your class, and you also see my name. And beside that, you can hit email and send me an email. So here's the email function. Like I said, if you see this lit up, you have something in there. Calendar, click on here. Key dates and due dates will be here. Not all the key dates, actually, just some of the due dates. So the calendar will be here. I'll be adding stuff as we move forward. Next up is news. You can click on news. No real reason to click on news by itself unless you want to look at older news. I'll just show you another way to access that. If you're on the course home, this news pops up here. And if there's anything missing, you can scroll all the way down the bottom and hit show all news items and then get to what we have up here by clicking news. Class list, like I said, I'm not going to click on it because I don't want the world to see all your names. But click on this content. This is the course itself. So this is your textbook. So between the course home and the news will tell you what's important, and then the textbook itself is here under content. So now we look in the content, and you'll see we have the course information and the student information orientation module, which I think I might delete. We'll talk more about that in class. And then, or not delete, but change. And then we get to the crux of things. So the first part here is Unit 1. I'm only going to open the units that we're on, and then once we're past the unit, I'll keep it open. So Unit 1 will always be open, and then you move your way through here. So we'll start off with the first thing here, Unit 1, are you ready? And there's some stuff here, and you'll read all this stuff here, and then there's a bunch of expectations and that sort of thing. And if you want to keep going, you hit this button, and you move your way through what we call Unit 1. So this is Unit 1, Activity 1. So if I go back to the table of contents here, Unit 1, so back to Unit 1, you notice on the right, it'll open up. And I have Unit 1 and then A1. So Unit 1 and A1, I'll call this U1A1. So anytime we we won't text each other. Anytime we email each other or refer to stuff, we'll call it U1A1, U1A2, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So once you get to, let's get into the meat of one. Let's pretend we're all the way down here to in unit 1A5. You'll get the first little bit here is just goes over what's the overview. Expectations are actual expectations from the curriculum documents. You can look at those also. And then the content is really, so you can click here, or you can click that arrow up here to get to the content, and then we get into the crux of the lesson. So you go through here are some examples, and then there's some answers here. This is really basic stuff here for you. And you move your way through, and then you'll get to the next page. Go to the next page, more content, and eventually you'll get more content, and eventually, hopefully, yeah, here we go. You get to the assignment. So assignment, there'll be some homework. This one has a quiz actually. So you'll click on this and you open the quiz, and you can work on the quiz. Which quizzes are due and when is it due? If you want to know that stuff, you go to back to the course home. So this is here. So let's go back here, course home. And if you want to know when that quiz is due, you go to the outline. So that was Unit 1A5. So Unit 1A5, there's a short quiz at the end of the activity, which covers operations, blah, blah, blah. It will count toward your grade, and it's due on this date here. So everything's outlined in the news, so you keep going back to that. So that's the content, your textbook. Discussions, there will be discussions here and there. We start off with some nice loose ones, talking about ourselves, introducing ourselves. You click on this, and you can get to the discussion page. There'll also be links to the discussion page also. So activities, and here's 2 truths and a lie, introductions and all that sort of stuff. And there'll be further curricular discussions as they come up. Dropbox is where you'll put all of your assignments. So if there's an assignment that you're going to hand in to me, what you'll do is you'll come over here and you'll dump it into the appropriate Dropbox. And it's like an email. It's like a it's like a Dropbox. So if there's a U1A8 assignment or U1A4 assignment, you go here and you'll click on this, and let me see what I got here. And then you'll submit your files. So you hit submit and then upload files and then give me the files. And that just keeps everything in order for me. And then I can actually mark it there and send you feedback right from there. So what's that? Discussion, Dropbox, grades. If you want your grades, they'll be here. Okay, so you click here and your grades will be there. Your own grades by activity. And right now everything's blank. You're not doing too well. Just kidding. And eventually this will be filled up with grades as we move forward. Okay, so that's how you see your your overall grade, and B, your individual grades. Just breaking down grades, knowledge. You guys maybe you are familiar with this, KITCA categories. So you have knowledge, application, thinking, and communication. Those are worth a total. Those are broken down to be worth 35, 35. And then thinking and communication are 15 and 15% of what we call the term grade. So that's 35%, 35%, 15 and 50%. That's 100% of the term grade. The term grade is worth 70% of your mark. Your final assessments are worth 30% of your mark. 3 parts there: EQAO, which is 5% of your mark. Summatives, which are open book assessments, are worth 10% of your mark. These will be done, EQAO, summatives, and exams will all be done actually in your home school. So 5% EQAO, 10% summatives, and 15% for the final exam, which is a pen and paper exam. Pretty much everything you would do in this class, not everything, but the majority of your assessments are pen and paper, and they'll be run through your LSTs. So I'll send tests to your LSTs, they'll print them off, you'll write them, and then they'll scan them and send them back to me. So that's the layout so far. Any questions? If there are, I can't hear you, so you'll have to email them to me. Okay, so if you have a question, send me an email. If your parents have a question, tell them to send me an email. Parents, if you want to be part of my email list, my email is d.loupos, L-O-U-P-O-S, @tvdsb.on.ca. Send me an email. I will add you to my email list, and I will send you updates about what we're doing for each unit, when things are due, so you can keep on your children. The other thing is, if you want individual emails, just send me an email. That's the best way to get a hold of me. So again, d.loupos @tvdsb.on.ca. Quizzes are here. Online rooms are here. So you'll click here if you want to, when we have our discussions. So we'll have Adobe Connect meetings here. Surveys, every once in a while, I'll have here. And the last thing I want to show you, the page here don't really use. If you want to send me information, send me through email. Oh, there's my cat. Last thing, click on here. We have our own channel, our own video channel, and I'll be updating this on a daily, or not on a daily basis, but you'll have videos for each unit, U1, A1, etc. There's some older ones from last year up, but there'll be new ones. All right, take care. Any questions, send me an email. Bye.